Hey guys, so this week, and maybe a little extra, you're going to be working in Unit E of this textbook here, and they are actually in the cabinets that are against my wall here to the left of my desk. There'll be the second set of cabinets over if somebody wants to just put those out on the counter and you guys use those throughout the week, and then um, somebody will put them away at the end of this work time, okay? We need to be nice to these books and make sure we're respectful and cleaning up. You are just going to be doing Unit E in this textbook, which is all about typography and gradients and working on it's going to kind of set the tone for the next several lessons that we're going to be doing that deal with text and type within Photoshop. And so I just wanted to give a brief overview of what the assignment is going to look like, just in case I'm not here, okay? So you'll turn to page 113 in the book. So if someone wants to pause and go grab that, go pass out the books, that would be great. Okay, so we are going to be working on page 113, and you'll see in the assignment on Classroom, which I'll show you here in a minute, I have things that are due from the white pages of the book and things that are due from the yellow pages of the book. So to start with, the white pages. So those will start on page 114 with this setting type lesson. And you need to be careful to read the number 1 on all of these, and it'll tell you which Photoshop file to make sure you've downloaded and that you are using. So in this one, you would go open up PSE1, which if you go to Google Classroom and look through the assignment and look through the list of files, you'll see a file named that. So just go download it, and that's the file that you're going to start with to start editing. Okay, and then you're just going to follow these step by step. If you've taken a computer class before, you're probably familiar with this format. Please, please, please make sure that you're reading each word, not just skimming through this, because if you don't, you'll get to the end and something will have been missed, okay? And also along those lines, pay attention to what it's asking you to do, because when you get to the yellow pages of the book, those are the independent practice pages, they will have expected you to know what you're supposed to be doing because you just did it in all the white page stuff. So if you're ever confused when you get to the yellow pages stuff, you need to go back to the white pages, review those in order to continue on with your assignment, okay? So I will say this book, some of this stuff here might look a little bit different. Some of the settings may be in different places, so you may have to click around and work together on that. This is for Photoshop CS6, and we are using Photoshop Creative Cloud 2018, so it is a newer version, so things might look a little different. And that will require you guys to do some critical thinking about if it doesn't look the same as the textbook, okay? So just an example from page 114, you're going to follow those steps. So the very first thing it tells you to do is File, Save As, and give it a different name. So set type PSE. That's what you need to do, because that is what Mrs. Ackerman or whoever is subbing for me is looking for when they are trying to name or grade these files, okay? They'll be looking for that file name in particular. Do not turn it in as PSE1 with your changes. It needs to be named as whatever the textbook is saying that it's going to be named as, okay? So you will follow along with these steps. Like I believe this 114 goes through page 116, so it's 2 pages of information. Pay attention to what's going on there, especially when it's talking about locking transparent pixels. That's actually a really cool feature, and I want you to really understand what's going on with that. Okay, so you'll File, Save As, make sure it's saved as set type PSE1, and the last thing you need to do before you close any of the files is in the upper right hand corner, you need to put your name. So insert another text box, and somewhere in there it needs to be your name, and it needs to be visible so that whoever is grading this knows that it's your file, okay? You are just going to turn in the PSD files to Classroom. You are not turning in 2 sets of it. You are not turning in the JPEG version, just the PSD version. So all the white page stuff out on Classroom, I say exactly which files you need to turn in. There are 5 files, I believe. Yes, 5 files that you will need to turn in from the white pages. Then you will go to the yellow pages, which start on page 134. Okay? You are going to do the concepts review, and those are the matching questions and the so matching, labeling, and a few multiple choice. Okay, you will do those. You will insert your answers as a private comment on Classroom. So don't open it, create a new document or anything like that. Just go insert private comment, and that's where you'll type your answers. Just give me number 1. Number 1 is pointing to this. Number 2 is pointing to this. 6 is A, B, C, D, whatever it is. Okay? And then you're going to skip to the independent challenges, which start on page 138. And you are going to follow those instructions, and there's 3 independent challenges that you're going to do. The independent challenge 1, 2, and 3. Same thing with the white pages. It's going to tell you immediately open PSE 11, save it as black on blue, and go from there. Make sure at the end of completing all this, in the upper right hand corner, you use text that is visible. For example, one of these has a black background, so you're going to need to use white text, and you put your name first and last in that upper right hand corner for me. Okay? You will not, on independent challenge 3, I think that's the only one, there's an advanced challenge exercise. You will not do the advanced challenge exercise. You'll stop after letter J. Okay? So let me minimize my video and come up here and show you what the assignment kind of looks like, what I mean by the files. All right? So there are files attached here. All right? I've attached all the files from this unit. You will not use all of the files. You will use only 8 of these files. Okay? So that's where I wouldn't go download all of these all at once. I would just download as it asks for them, just to make it easier for you to manage your files. Okay? So E1, you'll download it. It's literally just a blank document. I don't know why they did that. I guess to make it easier on you. And then you'll file save as and make sure you save it as set type PSE. Okay? Then you will just turn in, as I say here, you will only turn in the PSD. You must type your name in the upper right-hand corner of every image or file that you're turning in. I say from the white pages of the book, these are the file names you should be turning in. Try to attach them in that order. It makes it easier for everyone to grade. And then on the yellow pages, this is what you need to do. Again, post your answers as a private comment on this assignment. Okay? If you have any questions, please let me know. It should be pretty straightforward. And it's going to kick off our typography unit and what we're talking about when it comes to text in Photoshop.